Welcome back to Melodic Memories of Light's Monarch. I'm Casey, and honestly, there's been so much going on, all the way from the president of the American Federation of Musicians issuing a statement regarding Taylor Swift and Bruce Springsteen being singled out and personally attacked by the President of the United States. Also, The Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender, coming out October 9th, 2026. Steven Universe Volume 2 being pressed on vinyl nearly 7 years later. Minutes to Midnight by Linkin Park turning 18, or After Laughter by Paramore turning 8. Sleep Token having their first #1 on Billboard 200. I Prevail parting ways with their singer Brian Burkheiser. Or even the newest Superman trailer, amongst so many other things I know that I'm just glancing right over. I preface this episode by saying this because there have been so many things going on that today I'm only wanting to focus truly on 3 main things, beginning with my favorite, Kingdom Hearts. Now, obviously, that's a lot to wrap your head around. I mentioned a lot of things that kind of happened in this past week, and honestly, what a crazy week it has been. To be honest, I don't even know where to begin, aside from wanting to focus on Kingdom Hearts, because it obviously means a lot to me, and it didn't happen at the very beginning of the week, but this was announced on Wednesday, of all days, the same day that the Oilers were playing their last game, but I'll get into that in a little while here, towards the end. But Kingdom Hearts, it started on Wednesday. Missing Link, as soon as I woke up, Missing Link is no longer missing. It has been found, and it has been found dead. So, in saying that, Kingdom Hearts Missing Link indefinitely delayed as it has been canceled. The development team, they posted on Twitter, amongst other socials as well, just saying this, and I'll read it out here. Development team announcement. We have made the decision to cancel the development of Kingdom Hearts Missing Link. We wish to convey our heartfelt apologies to everyone who has been looking forward to the start of service. Although we worked hard on developing and adjusting the game in the hope that it would be enjoyed by lots of players, we determined that it would be difficult for us to offer a service the players would find satisfactory over a long period of time, leading us to the decision to cancel development. We would like to take this opportunity to express our thanks to everyone who gave their support and assistance with the multiple closed beta tests. We are truly sorry to have to make this announcement. The Kingdom Hearts series will continue. We are hard at work with Kingdom Hearts 4 and hope you'll continue to support the series as you keep an eye out for further updates. Now, talk about disappointment, first and foremost. I don't even know exactly how to feel towards it. Obviously, it's disappointment, straight up. I was really looking forward to this game. I bought a literal backbone, I think they're called. Essentially the thing that you connect to your phone to make your phone into a controller. Because they said when the game was announced that the support would be there for it. And it was confirmed with the beta tests. Now, I never got to play a beta test. I never got lucky. It never came to Canada. I believe the beta tests only stayed across seas in Japan and Europe. I could be wrong in saying where exactly they happened, but they didn't happen here. I didn't even get a chance. For if I did, you know and bet your ass that I would have had that and would have been trying the hell out of it. But since I didn't get that chance, unfortunately, Kingdom Hearts Missing Link is truly gone. Missing forever. It's canceled. No hope. At least no hope for right now. We're not getting another Kingdom Hearts phone game, and I kind of expected it, as when Square Enix has been literally pulling a lot, pretty much all, of their mobile titles off of the storefronts, closing their services, everything like that, kind of made me assume that Missing Link, why would they drop one out of nowhere when they're canceling all their other ones? I get trying to have focus on maybe just a handful instead of literally 30 plus, but with Missing Link, it didn't make sense for them to continue that, and I think all of us as a fan base knew that, unfortunately, even if we didn't want to admit it. We never want to see one of our games be canceled like this, especially when there's been so much development time poured into this. It's been in development reportedly since 2019. And it's very fishy to think that they'd pull the plug and truly just flush everything. Now, that's why I say this, because truthfully, with Missing Link, yeah, that game as we know it is gone. We're not getting our Pokemon Go Kingdom Hearts game, everyone. I'm sorry. But there's been a lot of feedback in the community that a lot of people aren't really that upset. They're more so upset over the fact that, hey, this was supposed to be our transition into Kingdom Hearts, was supposed to be our wait period, make it less long for Kingdom Hearts 4, the big one that literally everyone's been waiting for. Now, with Missing Link, it being canceled, I do believe Nomura, being the man he is, Papa Nomura, the crazy fucker that he is, I do believe that he's not going to let this go. Not completely. Again, yeah, the game, as we know, being a Pokemon Go clone with the GPS stuff, that's gone, that's out the window. But they made a lot of cutscenes for this game. Yoko Shimomura herself had made the music for the game. Maybe not all of it, but granted, a lot of it. She even made a tweet afterwards saying that she hopes that one day her music that she made for this project can reach our ears, and that is honestly heartwarming. It made me really sad to see that it affects a lot of people, not just the fans, but the people that worked on it. I can't even imagine to begin to think about the actual development team and how they just had to scrap everything that they probably poured their souls into over the past, since 2019, the past 6 years. Like, that's wild. That's way too much time to put into something to just can it. At least in my mind. As a company, they are Square Enix. They like their money, just as most companies do. I cannot see them completely taking that and being like, fuck this, it's gone. I believe, personally, and call me a clown, I will put on the makeup if I need to, but I do personally believe that we are getting Missing Link repurposed into something new. Might not be for a long time. Look at Birth by Sleep Volume 2, when that was a thing. After Birth by Sleep, the secret episode, it showed Volume 2, and that was repurposed. It never came to be, but was repurposed all the way back in 2018. The game Birth by Sleep and that teaser at the end of the game was 2010. So it took them 8 years to repurpose it into something new and gave us 0.2 Final Chapter Prologue in the lead up to Kingdom Hearts 3. So honestly, every fan out there that is worried, that is sad, I am sad, I am one of them, and maybe I'm just saying this to myself, but honestly, take a breath, it'll be alright, and I do believe that we aren't going to not see Missing Link. It is the chapter of story in the Kingdom Hearts series, the history that has been completely wiped, the stuff that no one knows, not even the Master of Masters, in-game lore. Like, it's honestly a piece of lore that is very meta to have gone completely wiped and canceled, because that, in-universe kind of fits, but I do believe we'll get something Missing Link related in some way in the future. It might not even be Missing Link anymore, but that story, Nomura's not going to let it go. It is going to be a thing at some point, I personally believe, and again, if I am wrong, give me all of the clown face paint, I will wear it proudly, because honestly, if they completely can it and we never hear anything about this ever again, as it is supposed to be that history and continuation of Union Cross, then honestly, I'll be baffled, because we kind of need to know. Yeah, it might change a little bit, but I don't think that concept is going anywhere anytime soon. I really hope that it is repurposed into a brand new console game, one that we can all play and enjoy, even if it is just a lesser game, akin to like Melody of Memory, or even more so the old handheld titles that we used to get when handhelds were still a thing. Make it for the Switch 2, make it stripped down, it don't matter, please give it to us, Square. But they noticed how badly they fucked up within the community that literally the same day, that night, when I was sitting watching the Oilers play Vegas in that 5th game of round 2. I honestly jaw dropped. I squealed, I screamed, and my buddies that I went with looked at me, were like, what the fuck? Sorry to Logan and Ryan, but I screamed. And what I ended up screaming for was the damage control that Square Enix has. My God, everyone bless Square Enix's damage control because they're everything. They seen how badly they fucked up that they needed to help out their community because a lot of the Kingdom Hearts community, myself included, were just defeated. We all kind of agreed that, hey, if they are going to cancel this game like they just have, they need to show something Kingdom Hearts 4 related soon. Sooner rather than later, please, I swear to God, if you guys don't, it's over. Hope is gone. Hope was fleeting very, very quickly, and Square seen it. Not only Square, the Kingdom Hearts team, they seen that the hope was completely fading, and in response to all of it, they ended up posting 7, yes, it was just 2 posts, one on the Japanese account, one on the English account, but 7 photos pieced together of Kingdom Hearts 4. Hello, Kingdom Hearts 4 is back. We're actually seeing Kingdom Hearts 4 in 2025. Yeah, it should have been a lot sooner than this, but hey, we're finally here. It's crazy to see that we are getting our first actual look past that initial reveal trailer from 2022, okay, from the literal anniversary event, the 20th anniversary. We finally are getting new screenshots. We are seeing this game for the first time, and my God, does it ever look gorgeous. Granted, the actual gameplay screenshots, which are different from the English and Japanese posts, the only photos that are different out of the two, yeah, it looks a little rough. It does have some work to be done. It's rough around the edges. It's not polished. You can tell. But my God, the level of detail that they have. Obviously, Quadratum, it's supposed to be Shibuya. It's modeled after Shibuya. And looking at the photos, and looking at like Google Maps photos of the exact same location and area, it is a 1-to-1. There's no difference. And it's crazy how delicate they have been. And meticulous it seems that they have been, not only since this, but also way back in Kingdom Hearts 3, the secret boss. If you were able to get out of bounds with the camera and look around, yeah, it was low res, but it was also very detailed and very on point. Their attention to detail that they're trying to get to make it 1-to-1 is insane to see. And it's only even further proved in these screenshots. And also, that's not even to mention the fact that Sora is fighting these, what we can only assume to be Quadratum Heartless, which is, I don't even know. I would have to assume they're the shadows or Neo shadows of Quadratum, but they look different. And so do the other Heartless. There's ones with giant gauntlets, and then there's one that's flying, looks like the bowler hat from Meet the Robinsons, or bowler hat guy, his hat, Doris. Looks like her, but Kingdom Hearts form. And then obviously the gauntlet guys, kind of Thanos vibes, maybe. Obviously that's a stretch, but it has gauntlets akin to the Infinity Gauntlet. And then obviously the shadows. And they all have, if you look close enough, the hollowed out heart that the dark side itself has as well. Now please bear with me as I know I'm kind of going 1,000 miles a minute, but Kingdom Hearts 4 is back. It is finally being shown. And granted, they did say with the post themselves, and I will actually read it out here to you all, they said, to our Kingdom Hearts community, we're currently working hard on Kingdom Hearts 4 and will continue pouring ourselves into the game's development. We're dedicated to making this an experience that lives up to your expectations, and we've seen how excited you are, and we are truly grateful from the bottom of our hearts. We are equally excited and can't wait to share more about Kingdom Hearts 4 when the time is right. Until then, we appreciate your patience. Thank you for your continued support. And that was what they said when they posted the screenshots. Obviously, that kind of crashes a lot of hope for Kingdom Hearts being shown off right away, which is fine. I know Kingdom Hearts 4, at least we finally got something. It is a game that they're obviously waiting to show more of when the time is right, as they said, essentially saying when the game is closer to being ready, which is a good thing. It's better to hold out and wait to essentially re-announce it when the game is actually ready to be shown again. This screenshot compilation thing that they posted for Kingdom Hearts 4 most certainly was in response to the fact that they just canceled Missing Link. They needed to do some cleanup. They needed to repair that relationship with the fan base, and honestly, I know it's just a screenshot. I know it is just a couple photos, but it's so much for a group of fans that are just so dedicated and able to theorize, because Nomura isn't just a normal guy. Everything he does is with a purpose, and this screenshot, this thing that they posted, has to be with a purpose as well. I say that in meaning that the photos they ended up posting, aside from the actual gameplay screenshot of Sora fighting Heartless in Shibuya or Quadratum, you end up seeing, well, you know what, let me focus on that. You end up seeing the HUD, you can see Sora, his face, and his health bar. There's another health bar, or akin to the focus bar is what we can assume. It's completely empty though. The command menu we can see in the English version. Obviously we can read it, as I do not read Japanese, unfortunately. But it says attack, magic, items, and build. Build is the new mechanic that Nomura mentioned way back when, and it seems like they're not backing down from that. It's very akin to what Yozora can do, and it should lead to a lot of interesting things combat-wise. For the screenshots, though, which seem to be cutscene screenshots, it goes a photo of Strelitzia, brand new character model, by the way. She looks gorgeous, absolutely stunning. Love her. She's absolutely cute. So cute. And then the next photo to the right of it is a rotary phone. Then the next photo to the right of that is a photo of Mickey. Yes, Michael Mouse, the boy himself, on what looks like a chandelier we have to assume to be in Scala Ed Kylum, because that's where he's sent by Master Yen Sid himself at the end of Melody of Memory. Then, the next row of photos, Dark Side, being shot from what looks like two shining lights in the sky, one hitting it, the other about to hit it as well. Kind of akin to Sora and Riku when they were falling down like shooting stars back down to Destiny Islands after 2. Makes me very curious to know if that is Sora and Riku, because the next screenshot is Sora standing in what looks like to be Shibuya, the same kind of area, but everything's frozen in time. It's paused. And then the next photo would have to, I would assume, be right after the fact, just from a different angle, showing Sora's face and his new character model as well, a little bit of a redesign. He looks so good. My boy is grown up. It makes me a little emotional and tight-chested to think that he is growing up, and you can actually see it from Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3, and this. He's a man now. He's a young man. And obviously it's shown a lot more in Quadratum because his form has changed. And when he goes back to the Disney worlds, he will change back into that kind of art style as he does from world to world, all of the Kingdom Hearts games. But in this one particular, it makes me very curious to wonder, what is Sora seeing? Is he seeing the dark side being attacked like that? And who might be attacking said dark side? So many questions. And obviously Strelitzia being there in that room, no idea where that could be, but the phone, assuming it's in Sora's room, that might be a way for us to connect with not only the Disney characters like Donald and Goofy, Riku, like all of the people on the other side. It could also be the way to travel from world to world. But there has been a thing that has been going around called the Wind Phone, which kind of got popularized from the movie Black Phone with Ethan Hawke. For those that haven't seen it, I haven't seen it either, so don't worry, you're not missing out. But the concept, very bare bone concept, is there's these wind phones that you can find. They are completely disconnected, but if you pick it up, people believe that you can send a one-way message to someone that you lost, a loved one that is lost. And as I don't want to spoil much, because I know there are people that are listening that I personally know that haven't caught up on Kingdom Hearts yet, so Bear with me, I'm not going to be talking full spoilers here. If you want to talk spoilers, though, hit me up at Lights Monarch. I will chat with you about it 100% on any social. But it makes me curious to think that what if it is the Wind Phone concept and the phone ends up ringing in Sora's apartment, or there's some sort of conversation, like what if that's the way they contact him for the first time and Sora cannot do anything, or Strelitzia even, to contact her. They can't say anything back. They just can listen because they're stuck in Quadratum. Now, it's very interesting. I know that sounds very vague, and people that don't know, but as a Kingdom Hearts fan, and as someone that is super, super hyped for what they've got cooking with the Lost Masters arc, and on top of that, just everything going on with Kingdom Hearts in general, the kind of stasis that we're in of not knowing when we're getting the next kind of piece of information, it's really nice to see this. And I know that it's all kind of theorized right now towards the photos and the Heartless everything. It's just, I don't want to spoil too much of it, and I want to be hopeful, and that's what this is. It's me being hopeful for something, hopefully, happening again soon for Kingdom Hearts 4, because when I say my jaw dropped, and I screamed out loud when I seen these, yeah, it did. It caught me so off guard. I didn't know what to expect, and I definitely was not expecting to open my phone middle of the intermission of that Oilers game to see that. It caught me off guard in the best way. And to Square Enix and the Kingdom Hearts team, keep on pushing, keep on working. We are here, we are thankful, we're going to be patient. And for the most part, aside from just patient, we are going to be excited and hyped and ready for whenever you guys are. And obviously the hope, personally, is for there to be a trailer. Hopefully during Summer's Game Fest, but that might be pushing it. And maybe even a Square Enix Presents, as I know they sometimes do that. Or if they want to push it even further to the Game Awards, or even further to either Jump Festa or D23. Either or, they're all events that Kingdom Hearts has shown up at before, but with them saying that they're waiting to show it off again when the time is right, makes me believe that the time isn't quite right yet, or else they wouldn't have said that. Who knows? Obviously, everything here is just speculation, but the screenshots are out now, and I will post them on my social with the actual notification letting everyone know this episode is out. Because this episode itself, I actually waited to talk about, or to record rather, because of 21 Pilots. They are going absolutely insane. Not only the band, the clique, as I'm a fellow cliquey, we are going insane. Everything is burning around us as we speak. And holy hell, I had to wait till today to talk about it because there's just been so much going on and I didn't want to miss it just in case. As Rock Sound themselves have also been celebrating this 10-year anniversary because yes, it is a 10-year anniversary of Blurryface. It came out May 17th. 2015. May 17th this year, this Saturday that just passed, marked the 10-year anniversary of Blurryface. Now, Blurryface, obviously, I've been looking forward to this 10-year anniversary for quite a while now. I believe ever since May hit, I was like, alright, what are they going to do? The boys are ending their tour, it is nearing the end of it, and obviously Blurryface is a huge deal. It is the one album that they ended up winning a Grammy for. I know they won a Grammy for Stressed Out, but Stressed Out is a single from that album, so all the same. It's the album of theirs that shot them into the stratosphere. The one that literally made them what they are. It was the beginning, the true beginning of the storyline that they've been working on for 10 years, which is insane to think. And it was the one that hit the mainstream. It's the one that, again, shot them into that stratosphere and made them known. Because even if you don't know the name, the band, 21 Pilots, if I play Stressed Out for you, you're gonna know it. Odds are. I'd say 9 times out of 10. And that's why a lot of people refer to them, or at least I refer to them in a joking way, as the Stressed Out Boys. Obviously, they are so much more than just the Stressed Out Boys, but they are doing the 10-year anniversary of Blurryface way more intensely than I ever thought possible. They are celebrating this in the perfect way. Obviously, as I mentioned, the world, that the clique has built, 21 Pilots has built, it is burning down. So let me backtrack all the way back to their last performance in London. Now, that performance in particular, it has been a build-up, not gonna lie, it's been longer than just this, but I'm going to focus more so on this portion of it because it's really when it started kicking off. That last show, they ended up showing that Tyler himself, or Clancy, he was wearing a shirt of what looked like Blurryface on it, but himself is Blurryface. And to further that as well, when Josh is holding the jacket, the Clancy jacket, for him to put on during the show, during navigating, he didn't put it on. He didn't even notice Josh. He didn't give him the time of day, like just completely didn't see him almost. And obviously, when things like that happen, it means that Blurryface is in control. So please bear with me for those that aren't clickies. I know this might sound like complete nonsense or that I'm losing my mind, but Tyler Joseph, he is Clancy, and Josh is the torchbearer. So in knowing that, there's this character called Blurryface, which was introduced in Blurryface, the album, which has turned 10 as of now. We are just seeing that Clancy has seemed to not have broken his curse, his hold that Blurryface had on him. It seems to still be there. He seems to still be under Blurry's control, and we know that because of what's been going on. Now, after the show, obviously, there were posts from the FPE event of the tent that was all covered in black after the last few shows, completely being gone, burnt down with yellow flowers around it, symbolizing the Banditos, which is the fan base, us, the clickies. And then the whole actual photo of it, of the message, the letter on the wall being completely blacked out. And there was a letter from Clancy himself on the burnt remains of the tent itself. And the letter itself went as, or at least what can assume to be the final letter from Clancy, to say TB, assumingly he's talking to the torchbearer. The crown is heavy, but I can carry it. Their city needs hope, and I alone can give it to them. But this city needs to feel powerful again, and snap out of the lifeless obedience they've been trapped in. I can give it to them. I can give them hope. I will be their example of absolute power. I feel alive again, Clancy. And for those that were noticing the little dots, the little Morse code, it actually was Morse code saying breached. So, you put two and two together, Clancy, he being alive, feeling alive like that, that's not something Clancy would say. And obviously, it's hindsight, we're kind of putting it together as we've been going as a fan base. But it seems that Blurry has been in charge for a long time, because you look back at their posts towards the Clancy World Tour for the past little while, and the way that the posts have been worded a little bit weirdly. Essentially kind of speaking in the third person, and there being a little bit of a haze kind of fog towards the videos themselves. Kind of assuming that, whoa, it's been Blurryface this whole fucking time. And, in saying that, Clancy reaching out to the torchbearer and having that Morse code there so Nico didn't notice, and again, Nico is also Blurryface, just for those that don't know. Same character, Nico's his nickname. Just so Nico doesn't notice, he puts it in Morse code to let us know as a fan base, Josh himself, the torchbearer, and the clickies, the banditos, to let us know that, hey, something's off, something's not right. And it transitions directly into the Blurryface 10-year, with them referencing the hiatus, a very dark period in the 21 Pilots fandom, which was the hiatus transition into their album Trench. And it seems that they've been kind of celebrating everything all at once, as they've been throwing a lot of different kind of eras, if you will, into this one celebration for Blurryface. Obviously, Blurryface, again, I said, came out May 17th, coincides with my mom's birthday and the International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, and Biphobia, even though every day realistically should be that. You should be against that every day, but amongst other things, I'm sure. But truthfully, with Blurryface turning 10 and all of this going on in universe lore, as they've been literally posting every single day since the actual anniversary of it, they've been posting a new profile photo of the eyeball slowly closing. And that's something they did way back in 2017, I want to say. Maybe even sooner than that, whenever the Blurryface era ended and Josh was done saying, hey, Tyler can't make it to this award show, he's off severing ties to Dima. We didn't know what the fuck Dima was yet, and now here we are with the eyeball closing again, and obviously Clancy himself was lying to us, or at least faking it till he made it, because he didn't make it. He said he wouldn't fall asleep again. In all of the music that we've been listening to throughout Clancy, he does say, even in the very beginning of Overcompensate, I feel like I was just here, same twitching in my eyes, don't sleep on a boy who can't fall asleep twice. So obviously he's falling asleep again, and in saying he's falling asleep again, he's being taken over, recontrolled by Nico, by Blurryface, or he's corrupt himself. We don't fully know. We can assume that Clancy is still there, as on Twitter and their other socials as well, they've been posting these different cryptic messages throughout these posts. And obviously it's still in the kind of third-person view when they say the band. You can tell that it's Blurryface posting it because they don't say we, they don't say us. They say it in the third person. And when they are first posted, these posts, they have different capital letters strung throughout the whole entire post. And if you put these letters, as we have been taking them out and writing them down to keep track of them all, as we do believe that Clancy is trying to send a message to us, the Banditos, and more specifically, a cry for help to Torchbearer. As I do believe he was up there, if we remember back to Paladin Straight, the music video for the amazing song, it ends with Clancy being in the grip of Nico. And yeah, he opens his eyes, it looks like it's not over, and then it just ends. And Tyler himself, he asked us, does this feel like an ending to you, in that live stream when the song premiered? So, in saying so, and the fact that Josh wasn't with him, and obviously Tyler and Josh, they only work best when they can only get over things and push through things when they're together. The power of friendship. It is an age-old story. Anime has been doing it for years. So has Kingdom Hearts. So it's very fitting, but in my mind, it makes me wonder and think, is that what he's doing? Is he trying to reach out to Josh and say, please help? Because obviously, the eyeball's closing. We are losing our ability to see yellow. The website itself is desaturating. The saturation is leaving us. We aren't able to see it anymore because Clancy is losing. And we need to help him. He needs our help. And obviously, we'll have to wait and see what happens, what this message is supposed to be, as it has been going on just every single day. And will continue to go on every single day. The thought, though, is if we look back at some of their songs, we can kind of piece together certain things. As May 17th, the Saturday, was the 10-year of Blurryface. Well, you think to the song Saturday from Scaled and Icy. Wednesday itself is currently the 4-year anniversary of Scaled and Icy. And with looking at the way that the eyeball has been closing and the way that the website is desaturating the percentage-wise every single day, it seems to be that by Wednesday, the saturation will be gone and the eyeball will be closed. Which is in direct reference to the song Saturday, as they say so themselves, not a sound on Wednesday. Then you make some noise on Friday, as one can assume the eyeball to start opening up again. But on Saturday, which is the 1-year anniversary, mind you, of Clancy, it was released 1 week after Blurryface, we'll paint the town. And it makes me wonder, that must be the day that they themselves come back. Granted, I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to say, oh my god, double album, it's going to be amazing, blah, 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 blah. I know that that is asking too much. It is 21 Pilots. They put a lot of their heart and soul into things, but being that this is going on and Blurryface seems to be back, and yes, he holds no power here, but we are seeing the actual fight, the actual battle, the struggle between Blurryface and Clancy throughout the Twitter and different social posts that they have been doing. It can't just be for nothing. If that eyeball closes and we don't see it open again for a long time, I guess then most of the fan base are going to have to put on the clown paint and just hope that Clancy's okay. Because Clancy, no, he's not ever going to be dead, because in the sense of Clancy is dead, he isn't actually deceased, because if he was deceased, that would mean Tyler Joseph, as he is Clancy, would also be dead. And I know, please bear with me, it's a little bit meta to wrap your head around, but there's just so many reasons to say that I believe Clancy is falling back asleep or back under control, for better words to use, under control of Blurryface, and we are seeing it firsthand. We are literally, for better or worse, helping Blurryface notice it, because we, as a fan base, have been posting these letters, and Blurry has been replying himself. As you know, it's Blurry because it's all capital letters and usually have different spelling mistakes or punctuation mistakes and random spaces thrown throughout. And he has been responding to certain things saying that's good and paying attention. So we might be accidentally showing Blurryface the message that Clancy's trying to get to Torchbearer, because these posts have been posted and edited within seconds or minutes even. Sometimes seconds, literal seconds of the original post, so we can't actually see it. It's just those that are very, very keen to see it right when it's posted. You get to see the letters. And that's what I've been trying to do. Usually it's 8:10 a.m., but today it was a few minutes earlier. Like, they're trying to make it so we don't notice. Clancy's trying to make it so Blurry doesn't notice. I believe that Clancy's reaching out for help and reaching out to us for help, and specifically Torchbearer. And in saying all of this, with the 10-year vinyl that I was luckily able to get as I was refreshing their website the whole day of the 17th, hell yeah, I needed to mention that because it's a coffee table book or something. It looks so cool anyways, but being that there's that, and Wednesday the eyeball might close, it might open back up on Saturday to have a different colored eye. And with the letters that are currently out, the letters so far, please bear with me, the letters so far have been O, B, T, T, A, B, R, H, B, T, C. And granted, there are a lot of different letters to put together, but a lot of people are thinking, at least, that it is Torchbearer. Just the name Torchbearer. With some extra letters left over, so there is more to it. It can't just be that. But it makes me personally believe that we are getting, amongst the fan base, probably shares the same kind of thought at least. We believe that Torchbearer is going to be essentially Clancy 2 The Electric Boogaloo. We are getting Torchbearer, which will be either a deluxe album of Clancy, version of Clancy, or its very own second album. Because you look at the Clancy cover and you're like, why is Josh fading? And obviously it was shown in Navigating that Josh was just a figment of Clancy's imagination. Not that he's a fake person, but that Josh that has always been with him while he's been locked up in Dima and everything was just a figment of his own imagination to get him through it, just like the music video for My Blood. Now, to continue on to this, being that he got reunited with the real Josh at the end of the Navigating video and into Paladin Straight, it makes me curious to know that obviously they said when the album was first announced, mind you, that Clancy is a story about cycles and trying to break them, about discerning between external and internal attacks, and about balance. A balance between being saved by a friend and saving yourself. And if you take that, as they posted that back in March 18th of 2022, a long time ago, You kind of have to think of it in the sense of the end of Paladin Strait. They weren't together. He needs to be saved by his friend. He tried to save himself, but he didn't quite get there. And it goes to show that you can't do everything on your own, as this whole story is just a nod and kind of symbolism for mental health, as that's all it is, and that's why people are so passionate about it, myself included. It makes me so curious to know, Josh, Torchbearer, go save him. Us, Banditos, let's save Clancy. We need to. We are here, we are trying to get the message, and hopefully Clancy's okay. Hopefully we can win and beat Nico and actually put this to rest and have a proper ending, because, yeah, Clancy, Paladin Strait, it didn't feel like a full ending, but I was just being content because I like to respect my artists and be like, hey, if this is the way they wanted to do it, it's the way they wanted to do it. And it's an amazing song, so why should I be upset? But in knowing this, the way that the music video ended, and the fact that the tour, the Clancy World Tour, was a flashback at their past, as Tyler Joseph himself tweeted back when the tour first started. He actually said in a quote to somebody saying that this might be an unpopular opinion, but they really hope the final battle isn't during the concerts. And we were supposed to believe that the final battle was the Paladin Strait music video, but Tyler tweeted at them, and granted, again, this was back in 2024 in like June. It's not. The show is a flashback, like an entire life passing by, reminding us why we fight right before we do. And with everything going on right now, it reminded me of the Jumpsuit music video where he himself, on top of the car from Heavy Dirty Soul, said, "We've been here the whole time. You were asleep. Time to wake up." Because we've been caught in some sort of stasis as we've been looking at this flashback the whole entire time with the Clancy World Tour, to now that the tour is over, we are caught back up to the beginning of whatever's next. We're caught back up to that ending scene of Paladin Strait music video. We are caught back up to the battle, the ending, Nico holding him up, and Clancy opening his eyes. And that is what I have to assume when we get the profile photo of the eye starting to open after it's fully closed. It's going to transition right back in to Clancy opening his eyes at the end of that video. Granted, it is all just a theory. I probably sound absolutely crazy, but honestly, Blurryface is a very important album to me. I even posted about it myself. I said, happy 10 years to Blurryface, how time flies. It's an album of a generation, literally lightning in a bottle through and through. And I still remember my friend showing me them for the first time when Stressed Out dropped as a single. Thank you so much, 21 Pilots, for all of the memories and all you do. Obviously, if you guys want to hear more on that, I do have an episode called Finding 21 Pilots and NF. I go over all of it there, and I also said, don't give up on Clancy yet, even if we're pretty sure we've seen this one before. He crossed the line. Blurryface may have breached the band's account, but the Banditos can't lose, right? Not a sound on Wednesday, but on Saturday, we'll paint the town. And obviously, I am very excited. I love Blurryface, the album, rather. Blurryface himself as a character can get fucked. We must destroy him, obviously, for not only Clancy, but also all of us. It is just us fighting our own inner demons, our own depression, our own mental health, making it a priority, and that is what Blurryface stands as. It is that depression, it is that darkness, and all the bishops stand for that. We just need to come through and beat it. And that is what I love about 21 Pilots. They put a story, they put lore to literal mental health battles, and that's what this is. So those that are confused, look into it. It is a lot. A lot of what I just said probably sounded like rambles, but honestly, it is so exciting to be a clique right now. It is so exciting to be a 21 Pilots fan. I love the boys in 21 Pilots. I love this band. They are 21 Pilots, and so are we. I adore them and everything they're doing. I really hope that this leads to everything everyone's speculating about, but whatever it is, I think so far we've just proven again that we are a dedicated fan base, that we love them and we will support them through everything and try to figure out whatever little games they're playing, piece all the puzzle pieces together, because it's fun and it is a way for us to feel involved and just to be a part of this story and a part of the narrative that 21 Pilots have been pushing for so long. And to think that we were kind of falsified, showed the end with Clancy, like Clancy was supposed to be the end. To think that that might not have been the case and this is actually the true ending, whatever this might be, has me incredibly excited. And I really hope that in the end, us, the Banditos, Clancy himself, the torchbearer, that we all win and take over Dima and remind everybody that with a little bit of hope and a little bit of help, that we can shine through this darkness and be that bright yellow, that bright light that everyone needs, that sometimes we lose sight of and pretend in a way that we can't see, as all the saturation leaves life with the depression that we feel, with the day-to-day nonsense and mundane. We just need to push through that line, that barrier, to reach the other side and remember what life is like and how important it is to live life to the fullest in Trench. Remember, East is up. Now, obviously, that might sound like complete nonsense to the casual listener, but trust me, for you clickies out there that found this episode, you know what I'm talking about. And if you have anything to add to it, please reach out to me at Lights Monarch, comment wherever you can. I want to talk about it. I want to hear your thoughts. And again, the reason this episode is late is because I wanted to wait to see what the actual artists were in this upcoming Blurryface Reborn tribute album from Rock Sound. Now, Rock Sound, they've done one before in the past for MCR with the Black Parade, and obviously they're doing one again for 21 Pilots, and they were announcing the artists that are covering each and every song on Monday at like 10 a.m. So I waited for that. They posted it. I pre-ordered the album. I'm incredibly excited. Obviously, the track listing, or at least the artist listing, isn't what everyone hoped for. It wasn't the top of everyone's lists, but I can't be more happy or excited for it because in my mind, it makes me believe that it's kind of representing the fact that 21 Pilots themselves were such small artists when Blurryface came out, that they've got some other small artists or ones that have been overlooked over time to actually cover these songs. And let me go over it here to say Heavy Dirty Soul by Bambi Thug, Stressed Out by AWOL Nation, Ride by Arrows in Action, fuck yeah, Fairly Local by James Marriott, Tear in My Heart by Aviva, Lane Girl by Yonaka, The Judge by No Offense, Doubt by Royal and the Serpent, Polarize by Dead Pony, We Don't Believe What's on TV by Bears and Trees, Message Man by As December Falls, Hometown by Arito, Not Today by the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, holy hell, and Goner by As It Is. Now, what a track listing. Honestly, I know it's the album. Can't say that the track listing's insane because Blurryface, it's insane in itself. But that artist list, I personally am so incredibly excited for it. Just for the simple fact, again, that it represents that 21 Pilots, they started like that too. They were a very small band. They were on that first 10-year anniversary album that Rock Sound made for the Black Parade. They did the cover of Cancer, and now it's full circle to say that they are getting one themselves, made for them themselves. And it's just fitting that these artists that have either toured with them or inspired them or have been inspired by them are able to make these covers and make them their own. I know that there's a lot of people around here on the internet that just personally are not excited at all for it, but I don't know. I think people need to kind of step back a little bit, remember that, hey, if you don't like it, there is the original. It is still there. Go stream Blurryface on streaming services by 21 Pilots. If you don't want to hear it, don't listen to it. But this is a way for a lot of these artists to finally get heard and show some passion towards obviously an album that isn't just influential to me or you, but to them as well. And maybe even more so, a reason why they're a band in the first place. 21 Pilots is so influential and so important in the music space that, yeah, they are a legend. They are legendary artists, and this album in itself in particular is an absolute legend itself. So personally, I'm so excited. I only know about 6 of the artists, being AWOL Nation, Arrows in Action, Royal and the Serpent, As December Falls, The Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, and As It Is. And the rest I don't know. But I did order the magazine, the CD. I cannot wait to get it because I'm going to be listening to it, and I will be showing everyone what it looks like, talking about it, obviously, when I get it. The album itself doesn't come out until June 20th, so we've got a ways to wait. But I am very excited. I need to know what's going on. I need to know what it's going to sound like, and to see that not only Arrows in Action, them posting their story, but every artist that's been involved, they're posting their story and saying how influential 21 Pilots has been on them and how much it means to them to get this opportunity, even if it is just through rock sound. And again, could have had different artists picked, obviously, but let's not be at each other's throats. Let's not complain too hard. Let's just wait and see what this is. It is a chance for these small artists to get noticed and even maybe refound through people looking for this. And I know it might only be a physical edition thing, but the Black Parade, Rock Sound Presents the Black Parade 10-year tribute album, that is on YouTube. So odds are, at some point, this will be posted, and yes, officially posted to YouTube, the other one is. I assume the same will be said for this one after a little bit of it being out. I don't expect it to be put on streaming services, but at some point, everyone should be able to hear this, be it in an illegal way, which I do not condone, but, you do you. Or you wait until it is posted on YouTube like the other one. They did it for that one. I don't see why they wouldn't for this one. And to kind of end it all off, I just wanted to touch on one last time. Clancy, we hear you. We are here. The Banditos, Torchbearer, we've got you. And I cannot fucking wait. 21 Pilots, whatever you're cooking. Even if it is on Saturday, we get something or nothing, whatever it is. Bring it to us. We as a fan base, we're ready. We're listening. We are taping our eyes open so we don't fall asleep again. Clancy, we've got you. And to say all of that, I cannot wait to see what they're doing. It's going to be a long time coming. We've got days to wait. And in the next episode, we should know what the fuck's going on. And I will definitely be talking about it, just as I have been talking about this for way longer than I ever even meant to. So again, apologies. The last things I want to kind of touch on is just really quick. The NHL playoffs, the Edmonton Oilers. We fucking won round 2 on to the Western Conference Final against Dallas. Absolutely insane. Second year in a row. Fuck yes, Oilers, let's go. I cannot wait to cheer them on. They come back on Wednesday. Wing Wednesday, get to go out with the boys and have some wings, cheer on the Oilers. I cannot wait. Let's go, Oilers, let's go. Fuck yes. I hope they can continue winning. They are literally Canada's only hope now, as the Leafs lost to Florida Panthers, and obviously the Jets lost to Dallas Stars. So we will see. The Oilers are Team Canada. I hope Canada's behind them in hopes that the cup finally comes home. And the fact that it is my team, it is the Edmonton Oilers that are able to literally give the country this chance. Let's go. I know it's a lot of pressure, but don't feel it. Go game by game, one game at a time. Focus and keep fucking pushing. We can do it, boys. Again, Wednesday is game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Let's go, Oilers. And to kind of cap it off, Team Canada. They are winning their games. They are doing insane in the Men's World Championship. Had to touch on that because they are continuing. It's a tournament that goes on for quite a while, actually. So I will touch on it even more in the next episode when I've got a little more time. But Canada is doing great. I believe they are currently undefeated. They are playing a game right now, so I might be wrong in saying that, depending on how that game goes. It was tied last time I looked. But they are winning. They are currently doing very well. they have hope to bring home gold. So fingers crossed on that and the Oilers. Let's go, boys. Bring the shit home to Canada. We can do it. Hockey is Canada's sport, and I will die on that hill. Anyways, some new releases I wanted to touch on to just say Linkin Park, they released their deluxe album of From Zero, which had 3 new songs on it. The last one was the only brand new one that we haven't heard yet. It was incredibly emotional, really tugged on my heartstrings, not gonna lie, especially for people that are old fans of Linkin Park. I believe it's a message to the late Chester Bennington, and obviously everyone can interpret it their own way, but tell me what you thought of it. I loved the deluxe version. I loved the original. Very happy to see that it exists. And then obviously Iris. A risky cover for MGK to do. Yeah, MGK, he did it with Julia Wolf, a smaller artist, but honestly, he killed it. And I am somebody that holds Iris very close to my heart. It is a song that means a lot to me. But I was not disappointed in any sense he did it justice. Even Goo Goo Dolls themselves thought that he did it justice. They reposted it, damn it. Like, absolutely wild to be respected like that. Then Arrows in Action, yeah, they're on the tribute album that's coming up, but they also released their own side A of I Think I've Been Here Before. New EP for them, 3 new songs from their 3 singles that they released. A great 6-track run, I must say. It is a little short as it is only side A, so bear with them, they've got more to come. I was very happy with it though. Arrows, you guys don't fucking miss. Then In My Arms by Elenium and Hala, a single, maybe releasing or leading up to a new Elenium album. We don't know yet, but it is exciting all the same. Very emotional song, one that pulled the heartstrings, and one that made me cry is This House by Jacob Lee. He's somebody that I personally like. Shout out to Logan. He showed me Demons or My Demons a long time ago. And I've just kind of kept up to date. And I know I shown him to Gracie. She loves him. She cried along to that song too, so we definitely know how it is. And it's very good music that's coming out all around. And obviously Helena, live from BBC Radio 1's The Lockup 2005 from MCR. They are dropping their 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge honestly soon. I can't remember the actual date now that I think about it, but they're releasing singles here and there. I believe we are getting that soon. It should be sometime not too near in the future. Not too far off in the future. Near future, hell yeah, we're getting more MCR. I know it's just a remixed album. I mentioned it in a podcast a while ago, and I'll talk more on it when it actually comes out, and I get a chance to hear it myself, because those songs are iconic, and to hear them in a remixed way, I am very nervous, but I'm sure everyone kind of is. So, that is all the new releases that are currently on my radar. Aside from Sleep Theory, their new album Afterglow came out as well. I have not gotten the chance to hear it, but it is saved in my Spotify. So I will get to it at some point. I just have not gotten there quite yet. And the only other things that I can really think of is Shrek. He turned 24 years old, the original, and then the sequel turned 21. I have an unboxing of the CD to come on my TikTok. Keep an eye out for that. And Lorna Shore, they will release their new album, I Feel the Ever Black Festering Within Me, on September 12th via Century Media Records. Holy hell, it has been a crazy week. There's been a lot going on. This episode is incredibly long, but I had so much to talk about, from Kingdom Hearts, 21 Pilots, the Oilers, hockey, new things, Sleep Token literally taking over the game. It's been insane, and I cannot wait to touch base next week when we actually find out what the fuck 21 Pilots is doing. Just again, remember, East is up. And thank you so much for listening, and thank you for discovering the music within.